Hey guys, this is Dr. Film, and welcome back to my channel. Please, you're all welcome, my children. Today in this review, I shall be covering a highly anticipated movie that I didn't think it would exist. But here it is now, and that is Terminator: Dark Fate. Directed by Tim Miller and produced by James Cameron, this is a direct sequel to Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Come with me if you want to live.
Ignoring the other past Terminator films. Returning from Judgment Day are Linda Hamilton.
I'll be back.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love doing that, I'm sorry. Also starring in this film are Mackenzie Davis, Gabriel Luna, and Natalia Reyes. The premise is about a newly modified liquid Terminator sent back from the future to kill Denny Ramos. But a soldier from the future was sent back in time with an objective to protect Denny Ramos. And soon they would find themselves allying with Sarah Connor and another T-800.
I can see you're very upset.
Warning, spoilers ahead. Major spoilers, if you know what I'm talking about. So without further ado, let us begin. Let's start with one of the new characters, Grace. She was awesome, fearless, and she doesn't take crap from anybody. And I like the idea that the Resistance sent someone to match the Terminator's strength and capabilities. However, we may have seen this kind of character concept before in Terminator Salvation. Remember Marcus Wright from Avatar? As for Denny Ramos, she was okay. We don't know her that much except that she has a small family and that she works in a factory. We don't know her interests or what she wants to do with her life. And you're probably wondering why the Terminator is sent back in time to kill her. It's because in the new timeline, she's the new leader of the future human resistance. Why? Just cuz. And speaking of the Rev 9, this cyborg is sick. He's like a mixture between the T-800 and the T-1000, and he can split into two Terminators. One as an endoskeleton and one as the black symbiote from Venom?
We are Venom.
Yeah, they didn't really explain how his powers operate or why he is that way. We're just supposed to accept it, I guess. Oh, and Linda Hamilton? She was awesome! It was great to see her again busting some metal, but she didn't really shine in the film. She was just mostly there as a supporting character and making jokes about eating chips. And now let's get to the good stuff, the dessert. In other words, the action. It was fast-paced, heart-pounding, and surprisingly intense. However, there are some action sequences that will leave you distracted. For instance, the highway chase scene. It was exhilarating, but when you really think about it, it was just CGI effects coming at you left and right. I mean, compare this scene with another chase scene from Terminator 2, and tell me, which one do you think is more real and visceral? This? Or this. Yeah, I think we know who wins this round. And now, the narrative. Oh dear Lord, help me. I'm gonna break down this narrative and tell you why it wasn't as compelling as I thought it would be. Don't worry, I'll get through the list as fast as I can, starting from number 1 and ending at number 50. Just kidding. Number 1, the timeline. You see, after John and Sarah changed the future, creating a new timeline, Grace explains to Sarah that a new AI named Legion, I'm not even kidding, that's his real name, was created for cyber warfare by the government. And that the AI became self-aware, humans tried to destroy it, but they destroyed themselves, the AI created machines, and blah blah blah. And Sarah says, they never learn. That's it? That's why Judgment Day wasn't prevented? Because the human race never learns? That sounds like the dumbest excuse I've ever heard in my life! Especially from a film! Number 2. So soldiers sent back from the future to protect an important figure from the Terminator. Haven't we already heard of this before? Gee! In Terminator 1, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, and Genesis! It's obvious that this story is a complete rehash of what's already been done. The difference between this film and Terminator 2 is that Terminator 2 introduced us with two Terminators. And it was not just about protecting John Connor, it was about the character's determination in preventing Judgment Day. But in this film, it was just mostly protecting this new version of John Connor.
Why do you care what happens to her?
Because I was her.
Which brings us to my last problem with this film. Prepare yourselves. You see, in the beginning of the film, we see John and Sarah Connor living a life of peace in 1998, after the year of the supposedly Judgment Day. But guess what? It didn't happen. So everything's good, right? They're living a life of peace, enjoying themselves. Which, by the way, the de-aging effects? A+. Until out of nowhere, another T-800 shoots and kills John Connor. Oh my god!
Great Scott.
Wow, that is such a low blow on this franchise. Just good lord. Okay, so a Terminator from Skynet was sent back from the future to kill John Connor. Okay, how could a Terminator from Skynet be able to come back from the future if Skynet never existed? How would they be able to send another Terminator back in time? This was a cheap death. He should have had a better send-off, because the Terminator franchise is based on this character.
So what's the deal?
My mission is to protect you.
Yeah? Who sent you?
You did. 35 years from now, you reprogrammed me to be your protector here, in this time.
To sum up, this narrative is so controversial and very convoluted. And the ending, dear lord, it was just terrible! So after they defeated the Rev 9, Grace dies, the T-800 dies, and Sarah Connor dedicates her life to training Danny Ramos for the upcoming Judgment Day. And that was it. Are you kidding me? There was no resolution. It's an obvious sign they're pretty much setting up for another sequel. I mean, this franchise is dead. I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but it is! The narrative makes no sense, the Danny character is not even interesting, and they dishonored the whole theme of the franchise, that there's no fate but what we make for ourselves. In conclusion, Terminator Dark Fate deserves a 6.5 out of 10. Whew, so that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a like in this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and check out my previous video, which I explain the Terminator franchise's timeline. Thank you again for having the time to watch this video. It really means a lot. And as always, I will see you guys in the future. Now, if you will excuse me, I have to warn people to not watch this abomination. The actors and the crew deserve better. I'll be back. But I won't be back because I've been sitting in the past to protect John Connor several times. It's getting tiresome. Get me a better role. See you guys.